Hello, everyone, and welcome to Credit the Basics Part 1. I am Nisha Townsend, one of the housing advocates.
And I'm Ani, the other housing advocate.
In this video, Ani and I hope to convey the information so that you all can have a better understanding of credit. We will talk about the importance of good credit, credit facts, obtaining your credit report, and other topics.
So every survivor's story is unique, but these are some of the most common barriers that we encounter when survivors search for housing. And you'll see at the bottom that insufficient credit is one of those common barriers. So that's why we're going to do this video about credit so you can learn more about it.
What is credit? Knowing and understanding your credit report is essential to knowing how to proceed to take the necessary actions to repair it. Here, credit is generally defined as a contractual agreement in which a borrower receives something of value and agrees to repay the lender at a later date, generally with interest. Also, credit also refers to the creditworthiness or credit history of an individual or company. It also refers to an account entry that either decreases assets or increases liability and equity on a company's balance sheet.
So why is good credit important? Good credit opens up many opportunities, such as rental opportunities, and it shows landlords that you may be a responsible individual based on your timely payments. Beyond housing, good credit has an impact on getting loans, insurance, certain jobs, and even buying a house.
So what's on your credit report? Whether or not you've paid debts on time, how much you owe to creditors, and any unpaid loans.
Some important credit facts. So checking or pulling your own credit score or credit report is not going to lower your credit rating. One example would be doing a Credit Karma report or specifically from one of the agencies that we'll show you later. Credit inquiries made by companies checking your credit to do pre-approved offers also do not count. That would be those credit offers you get in the mail where you still have to do another step to sign up. But if you accept some of those offers, then that credit card company is going to do a more thorough check, and that will count. Each of those inquiries could lower your score about 5 points, and we'll show you the range on the next slides. However, when you're doing large purchases like property or auto loans, the FICO system counts multiple inquiries made in 14 days as one inquiry, and this lets you shop for low rates.
Obtaining your credit report. Don't be misled by any other websites. We have websites here that are websites that you should use or that would have more information for you, such as Equifax, Experian, and TransUnion. And each of these three credit reporting agencies must provide you with at least one copy of your credit report, every 12 months upon your request. You can also get all three credit reports on one report from annualcreditreport.com. Your credit report, understanding your credit report. Your credit report includes these 4 data points. It's important to know that personal identifying information is included only for the purpose of verification. It does not associate positive or negative. It only has your date of birth to confirm your identity. So the personal information that's on your report is only used for those factors.
once this slide shows a range of credit scores, which is kind of the combination of your full credit report. It gets boiled down to a score. You can see on the range that many people have credit in the very poor to poor range, but a big chunk are also found in that good to excellent. We find most landlords are looking for renters in the good category, but even in the fair category. So those are important goals to set. And you'll see in the top a link to Credit Karma, and that's an app where you can do a regular check of your credit score to keep track of it and set goals. The next thing we'll talk about is that your credit score is influenced by 5 key factors. So those are your payment history, the amounts owed, the length of credit, the new credit, and the credit types. You'll see that these have different weights to them, but different types of credit are weighted differently. So this is just an estimate. On the next few slides, we'll talk more in depth about each of these factors.
Payment history. The most important factors that impact your credit score are on-time payments, adverse negative public records, such as bankruptcy, judgments, suits, liens, wage attachments, collections and/or delinquencies or past due items. And I'll go back to the on-time payment part here, such as credit cards, retail accounts, installment loans, finance, company accounts. All of those will be under your on-time payments. And then the adverse negative public records would be those bankruptcies. And then the amount or number of past due and delinquent accounts or collection items, as well as the length of delinquencies. So you don't want to be late because that'll show up on there. The time since your items were past due, and then the number of accounts paid as agreed in good standing.
The next factor is the amounts owed. It's important to know that lenders are looking at all of your accounts as a whole. If you owe over 30% on all of your open accounts, you need to lower some of those. One example is to make minimum payments on every account, but then make sure that the extra money goes towards those cards that are over 30%. And keeping those down is potentially going to increase your credit score.
Length of credit history. So the age of your credit is important. If you open an account in January and another in February, lenders may not want to give you any lines of credit because the accounts are so new. Getting a credit in January and having it open for 6 months to a year before opening another line of credit may be more ideal. This allows lenders to see how you've managed your credit, your one credit line of credit, and may help increase your score if you're not going over the 30%. The lenders may increase the line of credit or offer other credit cards. So again, your length of credit history is very important, and it'll show how long you've been using credit, the time since accounts were opened, and the time since accounts were active.
The next factor is your new credit, and lenders are looking at multiple things in this category, including the number of and the time that you recently opened accounts, recent inquiries that other lenders have made, and your ability to reestablish positive credit history following past payment problems.
Don't forget to take the quiz that will be in the link below.
So in this video, the important things that we just learned, which will be helpful for the quiz, are those there. If you missed any, head back and review those.
And then we have part 2 that'll be coming up with more information that you can look forward to seeing in the next video. Thank you for watching.
Thank you.